Annie and I are coming back at you with another ALC review.
ALC review.
ALC.
I like this book that we're going to talk about because we're going to do like what we rated it and like a plot, like overview, and then we're going to do spoilers.
Yep. And we're going to deep dive into this in a way of things that we liked, things that we didn't like. This is going to be a very in-depth video of this specific book.
Yeah. And I think we'll do a couple more of these as we start because I feel like we're kind of getting into our like arc era a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
And yeah, we're going to ride the wave of that for just a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like being able to give this kind of content to people because there are things that we may like about a book that somebody else doesn't. And
love when someone wants something different out of a book.
Absolutely.
I love different opinions. I think it's fantastic.
So that's why we're going to do like the overarching everything. We're going to go over the stars we each gave it.
Yep.
What it's rated and what its chili pepper would be rated.
Yep.
Plot structure, basis, spoilers.
Yes.
So stick around because here comes The Serpent's Bride.
We'll proceed. You're listening to the Blush and Burn Books podcast,
where two sisters read anything from slow burns to heart-pounding spice. I'm Laura.
And I'm Annie. Grab your favorite drink and let's get bookish. All right, so let's start with stars.
Well, this is The Serpent's Bride by Kathryn and Kingsley.
Yes.
Kathryn and Kingsley. That was rough. Should I do that again?
No, because we don't need to do that. Okay. We're going to put a little thingy up.
I know. Well, and I just want to make sure I said it right because I didn't look before.
Let's talk about the cover really quick.
Okay, we're going to go over cover. I actually was drawn to this cover.
Agreed.
I think it was beautiful. I love the rose on the front. I love the coloring.
Yeah.
I can't even tell you what it was that drew me in, but I was drawn in.
Does the cover match the book?
No.
Not necessarily, but it doesn't
I don't think it matches at all.
Not really. Listen, it doesn't. Now that I think about it,
it doesn't. I will read your book based off your cover,
but I still read it based off of the cover. But
we still read it because
good job.
Seriously though, because
good job. I still read it.
It doesn't speak to anything in the book.
No,
like at all.
Yeah, it's a rose. Are there even roses in it?
No,
I don't think there are.
There's a garden scene, but like that's it.
Okay, but I mean, really not. Yeah,
that's it.
That's fine.
The Serpent's Bride by Kathryn and Kingsley.
Yep.
This is a BKR, and we are giving it a 2 chili pepper. We are not giving this 2.5 or not 2.5. We're not giving it 1.5 or higher.
It's a 2.
It's a 2. We will explain why in the spoilers.
Agreed.
Okay. I am giving it 4 stars.
I'm gonna give it like I've told you this the other day. I've been tempted to change my star ratings into like 10 stars, which I know will like totally fuck everything up, but I'm not going to do that. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding more like 0.5s, 0.75s, which seems a little bit crazy, but like I think because I do nitpick just a little bit, that I feel like this was like somewhere between a 3.5 and I didn't think it was 4. I'm going 3.5.
You go 3.5?
I'm going at 3.5.
Now, overarching, the Serpent is like part of this vampire mafia family.
Yes, he is.
What on that cover tells you that this is a vampire book?
Agreed. And I think that the Serpent, I think the title is a little deceiving because it doesn't really match. Like, I'm not sure why we're calling him the Serpent.
That was his nickname. So the Serpent is his nickname, but at the same time, it's it's okay to me. I don't think it
Okay.
was the best title pick for this book.
I would have rather it had something more to do with him.
Yeah. Or like The Bloody
Being like
Bride
the-
or something like that.
Yeah,
I feel like
or
would have
like-
matched a lot better.
Yeah, like something maybe that was like more about like the bride.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably could have called it the Serpent Bride, and then we would have been fine.
Pretty dang close.
Because the female in this book, okay, let's talk really quick then. So, okay, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself because
So we'll
I
just
will
tell-
tend to go into like the spoilers.
Yeah.
And
So our MMC,
MMC,
he's a vampire.
vampire.
Been around for a while.
Correct.
Couple hundred years.
Right.
Our FMC is
Fae.
a what?
She's Fae.
She's Fae. And she's a what?
I mean, I would call her a serpent. Well, I
But
would.
she's a shifter.
She's a shifter, but she shifts into a
Humanoid.
humanoid
From
mermaid
a mermaid.
/ I would call borderline what I would call a siren. And the only reason I'm
Right.
calling it a siren is because I've actually read some books that have sirens in it lately. And sirens are maybe the darker side of a mermaid, correct?
Yes.
Like I
would say that.
like I would say you have a mermaid who's like, I mean, we're not going like all fucking My Little Mermaid or anything, but we are kind of doing this like a siren has like darker qualities to it,
Yes,
right? Like I would
say
think like
that.
longer nails, dark black, hair's dark, like
Yeah.
maybe some more angular like type features,
I would say that.
right?
Yeah, because she's
Okay.
got long black hair. She says it looks like an oil slick. So she's got the color definition there.
Freaking beautiful,
Long black tail
right?
and lace-like fins
And iridescent-y.
and like iridescent type skin.
Exactly.
In spots. And then she's got pointed ears.
Correct.
So to
That's her fae
me,
form.
That's her fae form. Her true fae form because she gives herself, because she can shapeshift, she gives herself
Right.
legs even in her fae form because
Well, she needs
a
to be able to walk
tail
around.
doesn't work on land.
Yeah, she needs to be able to walk around.
Right. So I would say, but this is a question for the masses. Is a mermaid a serpent?
I mean, that's the thing is it's like
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know.
But
Put it in the
but
comments.
I'm saying
Let us
like
know.
that title would have been better. Instead, they did Serpents, and so they made it him.
Yeah.
Like they made the title about the MMC, which it just feels like it should have been flipped. That's
Yeah.
all. That's all I'm saying. I
And-
think it should have been the Serpent Bride.
Right.
Which
Well, and this FMC, she's an assassin. She is there to kill him and his family. I don't feel like this is spoilery because it literally says in the description this part.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not a spoiler.
She has a vendetta
Yes.
against him
Yes.
and she is going after him. So she takes the form of another girl who he is destined to marry.
Correct.
And she steps into that space and then is like, hey, I'm your bride. And things proceed from there.
Yeah, she steps in. She's like, something happens. She has the opportunity to take this girl's, place.
Yeah.
And she does to complete a vendetta. And honestly, I'm there for a story like that. Like, that sounds-
absolutely.
like literally, it's like a formula for a perfect story, in my opinion, if
Yep.
you can make it work. So, I like nothing better than like a strong female assassin. And
we have such a soft spot for assassins.
yeah, and I mean we'll get into it in the spoilers, like how we I feel about
how
all
it
of
truly
that.
felt.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean that's pretty much the plot.
It is. So at this point, if we have sparked your interest,
Yes.
this book comes out on August 28th. So
Yep.
by the time this video goes up, it will be released.
Very
It is
soon.
available in print, I believe. I think it's available in everything, print, audiobook, and on Kindle. I do not know if it's on Kindle
We
Unlimited.
don't know
I
if
will
it's on
put it
KU
up
or not yet.
here if it is. But this is now your chance to turn away for spoilers because
Yeah.
we had some feels, and
Good feels and
good feels
bad
and bad feels, but I am going to tell you right now, the reason that we rated it what we did is because of the ending. So you're going to want to stay to the end of this episode to find out why, if you're wanting the spoilers. So let's talk about our FMC a little bit, though.
Okay.
Because I love the way that she was built.
I did at the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning,
and then halfway through the story,
you go, wait.
I started to be like,
what?
Why are we not like? I felt like, so she builds this great FMC that is like strong, assassin, major vendetta.
Oh, major.
And then we get into it, and I start to think, if you're an assassin, that to me says that you're capable of like, okay, this is like, remember I was like, I don't want to tell you anything because I want to talk about it on the podcast.
We were
this was,
by the way, that was
this is
so
the hardest
hard
thing to not talk about. I was
not
like,
talk
every
about.
time we tried to like talk about the book,
I'd be like, I can't say anything. I literally finished this like 15 minutes before we started recording.
So this is my big problem. If you're an assassin, you are capable of laying out a plan.
Yes.
Okay, so you have you go, okay, I have a plan. So this opportunity fell into her lap fast, right? So
yes,
she kills this target. He has a invitation to the wedding. It lays out that she doesn't know about to this person that she wants to kill, which is our FMC or our MMC. So she has an opportunity to find this other female, take her place, and whatever.
Right.
Okay, so she makes these plans. They're fast. But I still think if you are an assassin, you have the ability to lay out a plan. Okay, so she gets married, but I feel like once she marries him, we have no plan.
It feels like she shifts.
Did you see that?
Like a hard shift.
It feels like she marries him, and then she doesn't have a plan of how to kill him afterwards. And I almost feel like she doesn't quite. We don't see the plan start to form, which there should be, in my opinion, an inner monologue of of a plan that's being laid out. Even if it doesn't come to fruition, she's formulating this plan, and so you're kind of going along with this ride of hers to formulate this plan, right? And obviously,
and it felt like we were missing things.
We were missing things. It felt aimless.
There was a portion that definitely did, and then all of a sudden, she had a plan again.
Sort of.
Kind of.
I mean,
Hank was a plan.
Was there
outside of that? It was
kind of like she had this
very loose
plan, but like she never really knew when she was gonna like try or like Did you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So when they create her in the beginning, and this vendetta is created so our now I can't remember his name. I think it's Raziel. Raziel?
It is Raziel.
Ah, see.
But Raziel is the prince of the city's most powerful mafia clan. Completely untouchable. Where is he?
So
I love in the back of the books. It's I like giggling with them, but at the same time, like I know I get them. But actually, that's a pretty decent
it's a chunk. Put on Goodreads
on there.
So Raziel kills her family, like her mom, her dad, siblings. Kills them all.
He kills them,
and she transforms into a human girl.
Kind of kills them. Like this is the thing. Like he controls.
He has mind control.
Her mother and tells her mother to her own.
Yeah.
And then tells her as a little girl to run.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just like...
He's not a good guy.
No, he's not.
He's not. And he's literally the fixer, or like the cleanup guy.
Yeah.
Like he goes in, knocks people down.
Yes.
Eliminates people.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of like the best way to say this because I never know what...
I don't want to get flagged.
Yeah, we don't want to get flagged on any of these. But he then goes, tells her to run. She runs, she ends up learning how to become an assassin. Her vendetta is that she's going to kill him. But her uncle
Yes.
is the whole reason that her family gets killed. Her uncle runs, like does something with like the Fae mushrooms.
Right.
And he did something he wasn't supposed to do and went over the line, which brought the vampires in and down on her family as a way of being like, get back in line.
Yeah, he's a fixer.
Yeah. So the uncle is still alive at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Then we move through and she's talking about like the scenes where she is actually offing people are fantastic. She does a great job of writing these, where she's like with the one dude and then she changes into her shape. Like,
the writing actually was good.
Spot on. It was so wonderful.
It's not the writing. It's not the writing. It was events that happened.
Yes.
That did not feel.
They didn't line up.
Like, they felt. It just felt off. Like, it was like, I know that it was trying to be like surprising. Like, I know it was trying to be like,
twisty.
You don't expect this, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to be like twisty and like shifting of the plot, but it landed awkward.
Because I think that it is just not consistent with what human nature would have, right? It's like, okay, we have a vendetta. Great. We're put into a situation where we don't want to blow our cover. Okay, so now she has a choice. Blow her cover, or not necessarily blow her cover. She has a space to stay where she is to complete her plan, or she has to kill her uncle.
Right. He comes in and his people end up kidnapping her from the wedding.
Right.
After the wedding. So now she's married. Wedding happens. Leading up to this was like the 50% mark. And I actually really enjoyed the first 50% of this book.
I did too. 100%.
I was on track to give this book
the
5 stars in the beginning.
Agreed.
Also, the narrator was just chef's kiss.
Yeah, I love the narrator.
Yeah. So she's taken away.
Yeah.
Right? She goes off. He's got her. And she's trying not to blow her cover. But she ends up being taken and they're trying to set a trap for Raziel. And in this process, you have where the one guy is really nice to her, so she decides to spare him. I'm down for that. I like a little bit of like, okay, yeah, you know what? You actually are a really like a decent person. I'm going to save you.
Is great. I mean, but I think that's like that's what I think helps make it real, because I think that's like a little bit of like human nature that is added into it.
Yes, I would agree. But then you shift over because she gets out. Like, her uncle is there. Well, I guess she's not out yet. Her uncle shows up and she's like, oh no, do I blow my cover or do I go back? And the inner monologue here,
I think that's oh my God, I didn't even think of that. It's totally what it is.
Because it's all her inner monologue.
The inner monologue does not match.
Absolutely not.
What should, I mean, who am I to say what should happen? It doesn't, it feels off. It doesn't feel natural.
So to me, if you kill my family, bad on you. If you kill my family because of my uncle, well, bro, I'm going to have a vendetta against my uncle too.
Yeah, but she talks, okay, but it's because they talk about how close she was with her uncle.
Like, but he talked about buying her from her dad and her mom.
Yes.
How much would it cost me to get her to work for me?
Yeah.
And he would say 2 moons or whatever, because he was like, there's no price for my daughter and she's not going to come work for you. So it's almost like he's like, were they actually close?
I don't know. I feel like that's like, was very like.
It was an interesting plot line.
I didn't like it.
But I don't like the way it ended up. I think
The
it could have ended up much better.
The minute it happened,
she's like, well, I forgive him.
Yeah, seriously.
What?
The minute it happened, the minute she chose to kill her uncle, I thought, I literally just dropped a star. And I know that that's maybe a little harsh, but it did not feel consistent and it didn't feel natural with what would have probably have happened. I mean, maybe she didn't really like him that much. I feel
but the
there
reasoning
was like
wasn't
so much
solid.
Agreed.
The
reason wasn't solid. I feel like you could have done so much more with
I think that there needed to be more there
like
because
inner plotting with the uncle or like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm not great at good at making stories, but I'm certainly good at reading them.
well, see, and the thing is, like, that didn't happen until 75%. So 50%, that's when she's taken. And she's like, please, I hope he doesn't find me. So like 70. And then at 70% is when they decide that they're retaliating. And well, I guess it might have been a little bit sooner, but then they go to retaliate and he's going down to like murk this entire group.
Yeah.
And through this process, she runs into her uncle again. And then she's again said, do I go with him?
Yeah.
Or do I kill him?
And she chose to kill him.
And she chose to kill him.
So, okay.
But the reasoning was like, well, then I'll get in good with this family. Not,
I know, but
this is my vendetta.
But I don't even, yeah.
Because I think if this is the situation, I think I would have liked it better if she had more anger and animosity towards her uncle. I would have.
Agreed. It would have changed the whole thing. If there was, give me another reason why it was worth going to that drastic, because that's a drastic measure, right?
That's a major drastic measure.
So explain to me what that drastic measure like was. Like there needed to be a more valid reason for that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
And while we had one, her inner monologue didn't match up to it.
Yeah.
So I think that was lacking. And the problem is that subplot, that entire subplot of the uncle and the way it transpired was what kept it from being a 5-star for me.
All day.
I would have given this 5 stars.
I would have given it at least a good 4.5.
Yeah.
But it just didn't feel like, I don't know. I didn't care for it. I thought it was a weird choice.
I did too.
So.
And it didn't feel right.
Yeah. It didn't feel right.
It didn't.
So,
but everything else about it was great and super fantastic. I absolutely loved it.
I thought the spice was on point. I thought she does a really good job at writing spice.
These are the 3 chapters that have spice.
I thought they were good.
They were. And the tension, they create a lot of tension. So in this, it's not necessarily that there's like a ton of spice on page, but they do refer to how they're feeling quite a bit. And like the anxiousness of being together and the draw to be together.
But you know what I remember though? He kept saying like, but you have to die.
Yeah, I was really done with that.
But like
by the end.
But you have to go. And she kept saying like, I just don't want to. Like there was like this weird like resignation.
Yeah.
That was like she kept saying to him like, well, I'm gonna have to, like, I know that you're gonna like sacrifice me, right? And then like she kept saying like, I know you're gonna sacrifice me. I know you're gonna like it was like she was like looking for. So
when am I gonna die? When am I gonna die?
She kept looking for like validation that like he wasn't going to. There was a weird thing about that. Did you feel that? Like a weird.
I did by the end, but it was because.
Do you think it was just overplayed?
I think it was a little bit overplayed, but I also think that he was kind of. They both were in a weird like vacillating position. Of like, well, maybe I can turn her. Maybe I can't. Maybe I can.
Yeah, but
maybe
the thing
this,
is like
that.
Here she is supposed to be this like kick-ass assassin, but maybe she was just playing her part because she was supposed to be this like more timid girl that's like from the country.
Yeah,
right?
I think that's what I chalked it up to.
Is
was
like
that's
okay,
what
like that
was
her,
happening,
and she kept like, yeah, like pretending that she was like a little bit more, but then like her like real self would come out every once in a while, which obviously is what he liked about her.
Yeah.
In the end,
It was so good.
this girl that she's supposed to be taking places for is found, because we find out later on that he started seeing clues, right? That
That
like
her stories weren't adding up.
she wasn't consistent, and he had some like ahas, like, is this really her?
Yep.
And started to kind of dig and found out that like this wasn't really this girl that he was supposed to marry. And
Right.
he somehow, we don't know how, finds her, brings her to her at the end and says, look, I found her. You are not her. Show me your real self.
And she was worried at one point that, like, if she did show her real self, that he wouldn't want her. But this was another thing that you and I kind of had a hard time with, is how do you want someone who has completely murdered all of your family?
Yeah, it's a very...
So it's...
I think that this is like where this like weird dark romance thing is supposed to... It's one of those like conundrums of like what dark romance is supposed to be like.
Right.
Our MMC is dark, or our FMC is dark, but can we still love them even though they're like, you know, not necessarily like all on the up and up, which it's why we all choose to kind of go down this like dark romance path. But I do think that like in the end, you're still going like, can you wrestle with this the whole book?
Yes.
Can you really care about someone and love someone that is like so brutally killed your parents, your siblings? She watched her siblings.
Yeah.
And I think that it got to the point where you didn't believe it. And I think that that's the downfall of it. At the very end of it, you go, shoot, because the reason that you, the whole point is to be able to find a connection with the characters that are in the story, correct? Like, you want to see a piece of yourself in them.
Yes.
Right? It's why Harry Potter did so good for that those younger people. And granted, that has nothing to do with like it's still, people wanted to be that person who is being accepted into this, like, you know, magical world. Okay. But this is the point. It's like you want to see a piece of yourself in her. And deep down the whole time you're going, I don't think I can do that.
Yeah, I couldn't have.
I fought that the whole way through of like, but she kept like trying to like fall for him. And I didn't think, and here's another one, I don't think he showed enough redeeming qualities.
I would agree.
To actually say that he, to show that there was like something there.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like there wasn't enough redeeming qualities in him to look past that.
Yes.
That's what it was.
I would agree with that.
Yep. I think that's what it was.
He didn't get up to the bar.
Yeah.
I have a sneaking suspicion about this book.
Yes.
I think they're mates of some sort.
You do. And and honestly, I'm okay with that. Like, I mean,
he says it at one point.
He does make some kind of like,
he made a comment of being like, I've heard of vampires having a mate like this, but I've never seen it. So is this what I'm feeling?
Yeah.
But then nothing else comes of it.
Yeah.
Because they both are like addicted to each other. And then she always goes back to, well, I have to kill him. I have to kill him.
Yeah.
And then he comes back to, well, she's going to die. Well, she's going to die.
Yeah.
And
the whole time.
It is a moment that is kind of frustrating, but at the same time, like, you kind of go back and forth of whether or not it's bugging you at the time. Like, that's the craziest part.
You totally do. The whole time you're like, does he have enough redeeming qualities? Can we get past this? Can we do this? Like, and the thing is in the end, he literally says to her in the very end, I know who you are. I want to make a deal with you. And she says, what kind of deal? And he says, I'm not going to kill you if you help me kill my whole family.
Which is what her main goal was.
And in the end,
at the
you
very
go,
beginning.
okay, guess I'm in for book 2. And
Absolutely.
I am. Like,
Oh, I'm
I
so
will,
ready for
I will
it.
continue this because I'm looking, because even though we've said the things that we've said, there was still such good things about the story that you're hoping that in book 2, I mean, here's the thing. In book 2, I need to see redeeming qualities in him that prove that he's worthy of accepting
All of what he's done. What she
100%. Like,
she witnessed it. She saw it all.
yeah.
So you have to have those redeeming
Qualities
to go through that.
Correct. And then I need to see a little bit more character development with our FMC. Like, developing. Like, she needs to have some growth as well. Like, we just need more character growth in book 2.
Yeah.
And honestly, it probably would be great if you could do those 2 things for book 2.
I think that would be fantastic for book 2.
Yeah.
Will we read book 2?
Absolutely.
Hands down, yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, I will. I think it's actually going to be one that I will look forward to for release day. Will you recommend this book out to people?
I will recommend this book out to people.
I actually think I will too. I know that, like, normally 3 stars is the one where I kind of waver, but this one,
That's why I did a 3.5.
I think this one's enough that I will recommend it out to people.
I thought her writing was really good.
The writing was
I
spectacular.
thought her writing was good. I thought it was like, and when I say
and
good,
it flowed.
let me explain. Like, I'll do a quick, like, what I think good writing is. Like, can it flow to where I am locked in and I am, like, in the story?
Yes.
Where we're moving gracefully from thought to thought, from place to place, and we're moving good. I don't want this, like, choppiness of like this thought to this to this. Now we're just
the
like,
way that we are.
I thought, thank God, I thought she was a good writer.
I did too. There was one thing that I got caught up on.
Oh, what'd you get caught up on?
I called you the moment that I heard it. And it was that she searched the room for spy things like cameras.
I forgot about that.
Okay. This was something that I was like, hold on. I know that we're in a fantasy realm, but we're also in a gaslight style district where some people, like, probably like half of the people were starting to get light bulbs, like, use electricity. So you're telling me that they have cameras strategically placed? No, this was flash photography era. This is not going to be like a video camera. So I think that part should have been pulled out.
Yeah, and I think, like, even, like, the dress, like, what they were wearing maybe was even a little bit, like, we didn't get a good description of that, which I'm not sad about that. Like, that's okay.
It was hit and miss.
I think
because they would say that she was dressed provocatively or something.
Like, what
but
era we're kind of like.
Yeah.
But I do think that does help with your world building.
I do too.
And I don't need, like, down to the buttons, but having a somewhat of a decent description of, like, what they're wearing to, like, the room that they're in does help place.
Right.
It does help set the scene.
Well, they do it with bodice rippers.
True.
You know the time frame based off of what people are wearing.
Right.
And what is around them. And there was a little bit missing of that. Only in the facet of, like, they said car and carriage. So again, we're in that crossroads moment of cars to carriages, light bulbs to gas lights. So I can grasp from that, but, like, are we in?
And she does talk about, like, not wanting chemicals, right? Isn't that?
Yeah, and then they talk about chemicals.
She doesn't want, like, the whole.
She doesn't like the smell of the chemicals.
Yeah.
And then she talks about the smell of the chemicals in the pool. So there are a couple little things that threw me off. But I actually went back to the board and researched when was it that the majority of homes had light bulbs, because I was like, oh, that feels kind of important to this. When was the majority of people driving cars instead of carriages? That feels important.
Yeah.
And I just finished this book, so I didn't get a chance to look up the chlorine in pools, because I think again, that is important. If you're going to make
Yeah.
a book, even if it's fantasy, paranormal, whatever, if you're going to stick in an era, you need to stick in that era.
Yep. I think so. Or I mean, the thing is, you are in a fantasy realm, which means you do have like creative, like
You have creative
you
wiggle
can,
room.
yeah, you can do whatever you want. The thing is, you just have to make it work.
Yeah.
And you can. And
You can.
And you can do world building very slowly in a way that's not just like, this is what the room looked like. It's like you walk in and you talk about how they like took you around this like, the dance floor, and you're kind of describing about what's like happening in the room. And then like, I think sometimes world building can be done in such a small, easy way.
Oh, absolutely.
Instead of this like fucking information drop all
Yeah.
the time. And that's what makes you fall into somebody's world, is like,
Yeah.
can you make me fall into your world in a way that is like so subtle and casual that you almost don't even realize that you're like world building. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the trick.
Yeah.
Right? That's the trick.
And there were very few things that pulled me out from that, but I did want a little bit more detail there.
Yep, I agree.
So
We liked it.
we liked it.
We're moving on to book 2.
Yep. We will recommend it.
recommend out.
And we will recommend the audiobook, because this was narrated by, I think it's Desiree Ketchum. I looked it up. Desiree Ketchum.
Okay.
And she did a fantastic job. This was a single narration and just chef's kiss fantastic.
She did a good job.
She did great. So check this out in physical form, ebook form, audiobook form.
Yep.
Loved it.
We could probably even send out a thanks to NetGalley.
So thank you, NetGalley, for this ALC. It was fantastic. We really had a good time with it.
Yeah.
And we will have more reviews coming at you soon. So watch for The Serpent's Bride once it gets released on August 28th.
And we'll watch for book 2.
Watch for book 2. That's it for today's episode on the Blush and Burn Books podcast, where we spread those pages and stir up all the feels. We hope you're walking away with a new book for your TBR, a smile, and maybe a little blush. Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and share this episode with your fellow book lovers. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for even more bookish fun. Until next time, keep those pages turning and stay bookish.